What is up, peeps? JJ back here from Run Pure Bets. This time talking a little more March Madness. As we know, Selection Sunday was just last night, and this vid is for the East region of the bracket. And video number 2, for those counting at home, I'll have a vid for each region with a best bet for each. So be sure to peek them all. Look, these games tip off this Thursday, March 17th, and Friday, March 18th. So look, let's dive headfirst into the East region here. As noted, I will go down from top to bottom in the regions, starting with the 116 seeds, and we will go from there. Baylor, Norfolk State, Thursday, 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Baylor minus 20.5. Total 138. Look, this is your typical 116 matchup with just dominating matchups all over the court in favor of the 1 seed Baylor. Norfolk was the class of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, but it's just a scary matchup for them. If Baylor sticks their open looks, they'll probably win by 35 plus. If they don't, they'll still likely win by 10 plus. This 116 has a little scare in it for Baylor, but look, we've all seen crazier things happen. I mean, Virginia years back, right? Look, stay away spot for me though at this number and the total. But to me, if you're gonna bet Baylor or the total over, to me, just bet Baylor's team total over instead. I mean, Norfolk's going to try to speed this game up a bit, but look, it's an easy pass for me at these numbers. Marquette, North Carolina. Thursday, 6:50 p.m. North Carolina minus 3, total 151.5. I want to be clear that I'm bearish on both these teams, but wow, is this a gift matchup for North Carolina? This is going to be my best bet from the show. North Carolina minus 3, minus 110. You can get that either FanDuel or DraftKings. Sure. Marquette's had a decent year under Shaka Smart, but this is not a typical Shaka Smart team by any means. This Marquette team does not force turnovers. Sure, they're above average for a D1 team, but well below Shaka's standard for his groups of teams. North Carolina has offensive advantages everywhere. Can Marquette outshoot these edges? I think they can outshoot these edges and still lose. That's kind of how bullish I'm on UNC here. North Carolina has 2, maybe the best 3 players in the court, and they have a large rebounding edge. They're great on the line to ice the game away, if anything. And I capped this up near 6, so it's my best bet here for the East region. Again, North Carolina minus 3, minus 110, either book. Most books, that's a common consensus right now. And that's the best bet. St. Mary's will either play Wyoming or Indiana. So look, I'll talk on the Wyoming-Indiana game. It's going to be Tuesday at 9:10 p.m. Indiana minus 4, total 132. The winner will play St. Mary's on Thursday at 7:20 p.m. Look, tough draw all around here, as Wyoming has had a great year thus far and runs into Indiana, who's finding their best form at the right time of the year. Wyoming does a lot of their work inside, and as I've noted on these videos, as we were riding Indiana all throughout the live shows in the Big Ten tournament, Indiana is absolutely elite inside defensively. The line is 4, but plenty of Indiana advantages that are hard to ignore, and either winner is going to get a tough draw with St. Mary's, but I make St. Mary's 3.5 versus Wyoming, and a 1-point dog versus Indiana, if that helps on your end. UCLA Akron, Thursday, 9:50 p.m. UCLA minus 14, total 129. Look, as you guys know, we were on Akron in the final game versus Kent State. I like the Zips team, or final conference game versus Kent State. We're asking a lot here of the Zips to upset the Bruins. With that said, this Akron team is absolutely no joke. They found their stride at the right time of the season, and they just never looked back, busting through the MAC tournament. UCLA had a great season, but by no means met expectations. This team, after especially their Final Four run with all the people they had coming back, this team had huge aspirations coming into this year. Look, assuming they at least win here, things are not going to get easier for UCLA in this region. Needless to say, they will have the 3 best players on the court here, so a smart game from them, and they should win. But Akron is just not a team to mess with. Riding this high momentum horse coming into the tournament, UCLA has to be careful here, as it is a tricky game. But UCLA can win by 25 if they want, but they could also lose outright in this spot, believe it or not. Texas versus Virginia Tech, Friday, 4:30 p.m. Texas minus 1, total 124.5. This expects to be a fun one, as Virginia Tech came out of almost nowhere to win the ACC tournament, and Tech can just pour it in from outside, and Texas has their hands full in that regard. Texas is tough guarding the 3, though, and Texas struggles on the offensive end. This is all seeing why the total's so low at 124.5. Going to be a rock fight here. I'll pass in this game, as I have both the spread and total fair, but this is going to come down to Tech making 3s and Texas avoiding their own scoring droughts. Should be, as mentioned, a rock fight. Purdue, Yale, Purdue minus 16, total 143. Game's going to be played Friday at 2 p.m. It's a shame that Princeton lost in the Ivy final, as they had a lot of upside into this tournament, or coming into this bracket tournament, if they made it with all their shooters. Yale was better than them on Sunday, and that's what matters. I did say in the live video that I didn't like Princeton at 3. I actually had some value on Yale, but in terms of upside, like, Princeton has so much more upside than Yale. In this spot, though, Yale's going to bring far less upside to this tournament, but they're still, a gritty group. Now, Yale draws a better version of Princeton here in Purdue. Purdue is just elite at scoring the basketball, and their big men should absolutely eat in this spot. Williams and Edey will have their way in the paint, and Yale really can't double offense. Purdue shooters will bury them. Big number, but I do lean Purdue in the spot for a big win. And I don't usually lay these type of numbers early on in the tournament, but this is a glaring matchup. And Yale's going to have to outshoot all these edges, and they just haven't really done that much this year. Again, nice win for them in Princeton. Nice for them to grab the title, but their run likely ends here. Murray State, San Francisco, Thursday, 9:40 p.m. San Fran minus 1.5, total 137.5. It's nice to see San Fran getting in here, as there was some debate they wouldn't, right? I mean, as the selection was coming out yesterday, but also such a tough draw for both these teams, right? I mean, they're both a ton of fun to watch, and KJ Williams balls out for Murray. It's one of the best 1v1 one-on-one matchups out of all the games between these two teams. It's kind of, again, a tough draw for both of them. I would have loved to see both these teams get a Power 5 team, because I think they would have been live versus either any Power 5 team in their correlated matchup. San Fran could be a bit too reliant on the three ball. Murray State's elite at guarding that. San Fran has advantages inside, but expect KJ Williams to have a big say in the outcome of this game overall. He plays really well. Murray State likely wins. If he struggles, they likely lose. And it'll be one and done for the class of the Ohio Valley Conference. Assuming Kentucky beats St. Peter's, though, the Wildcats will have their hands full with either of these teams in the next round. Speaking of that, Kentucky St. Peter's, Thursday, 7:10 p.m. Kentucky minus 17, total 132, last but not least, if you will. Kentucky has the most upside of any team in this tournament in my eyes. But Kyle Parry does hold this team back a bit, coaching. I've mentioned this before. He's a great recruiter, talent developer at individual level as it relates to these guys progressing to the NBA. But he tends to have a above average amount of coaching flubs than he should. It's a scary spot for Kentucky. I'm sorry, this is not a scary spot for Kentucky. St. Peter's doesn't really have the offensive firepower to keep pace here. This number's big, but I actually have Kentucky past 18, so some slight value on the Wildcats. This game should play slow, though, and I think St. Peter's struggles to score throughout. And if Kentucky scores 60 here, I don't think they can lose. But we've all seen crazier, I guess, right? Kentucky was not given an easy path either here to get to the Final Four. This is a tough region for sure, but they have the talent to get there. But for this game, it's going to be a pass for me. So yes, that wraps up this the East region here, with my best bet being North Carolina -3 versus Marquette, -110 DK New Jersey, or any book for that matter. That's pretty consensus. May the odds be ever in our favor. I want to thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Create some fake accounts, more thumbs up. If you did not enjoy, I hope you wake up with someone's nuts in your mouth. As always, drop comments below your thoughts on these East region games, and look, let me know who you like. Be sure to peek the other region vids as well, as I gave out I'll have best bets for each of them. Fun-filled week as always. More NBA content, right? Tyler Spread, Keggers live shows in full force. But yeah, I will see you folks next time. Until then, be sure to gamble responsibly, stay safe, and